Let's look at 3 strong keys for the Bengals to win Super Bowl 56. It starts with the protection of Joe Burrow. Now, if they bring one more than you can block, sometimes that's a long, hard day. That happened against the Titans when he got sacked 9 times, hit 13 times.
3rd down and 3. Rush is coming. Burrow tries to avoid it. Cannot! Burrow brought down!
See, the Bengals like to get 5 guys out. They like to get 5 out in the route and let Joe Burrow go to work. Now, in this case here, they get 5 out. All right? But the protection breaks down. All right? They get beat up front, and Joe Burrow took a beating in this game. He survived it. They won a tight game. But I noticed that in this game against Kansas City, they changed up a little bit after that beating. They started keeping tight ends and backs in and going a little bit more max protection like they do right here. They keep the back in right here, okay? Joe Mixon. They do an excellent job of wadding up the 5 chief defenders right here. Now, Burrow can get outside the pocket, get his eyes down the field, and find T. Higgins, all right? So, when you watch this play, Joe Burrow sees the blitz coming to the left side. He alerts him. He keeps his back in. Smart. Joe Mixon was excellent. They pick it all up. You can't get any better than that. Now, let the receivers go to work. T. Higgins sees his quarterback in trouble. He breaks open in the middle of the field. They made some adjustments against the Chiefs to protect their quarterback. They weren't just stubborn and saying, we're going to get 5 out. In fact, they're willing to put 3 receivers out, which really goes against their philosophy. Right here, they chip off the edge, the tight end and the backs, and they let 3 receivers go to work. Now, this Jamar Chase, his ability to separate, find the opening right here, as good as anybody in the business. He doesn't like to go out of bounds either.
2nd and 10. Pressure. They still don't have him down yet. Up ahead to Chase. And they got the football inside the 35.
Chase is getting on the case.
Now, when you can get 5 out, though, and you can hitch and throw, not many better than Joe Burrow. He gets the time to make these type of throws. Hitch, he's hitting Jamar Chase right here, right in this hole against the zone. Here he is breaking down, the ball's out of his hands. Jamar turns around, the ball's right there. They have an uncanny connection, no question about it. Now, when he has time to just hitch and throw, whether you go max protection, keep a back in, whatever, you have time, watch this throw to T. Higgins. When he gets this right here, he can just step, hitch, and throw. He doesn't miss. He puts the ball on a tee just about every single time. I mean, there was a reason why he completed 70% of his passes in the NFL level. Okay, now, that's that. When you play the Rams, especially on 3rd downs, you got to have a package. They're going to put 3 receivers to one side. Sometimes they spread it out like this. Sometimes they cluster them. But on this throw, this is to Cooper Kupp on 3rd and 7. Cooper Kupp is the inside of the 3 receivers. He's usually inside. But he reads the coverage right now. It's Tampa 2. Fred Warner is going and opening up to the number 3 receiver. Okay, Jimmy Ward is backpedaling. It's a 3 deep coverage. Right here, Cooper Kupp reads it and breaks down and the better part is Matt Stafford reads it perfectly. And on 3rd and 7, they pick up 17 yards. The Bengals have to have a package for this. This time they shift to the 3 receiver side. All right, there's your cluster, okay? Now, once Matt Stafford gets a little bit of a read on what the 49ers are doing, sure looks like it's man coverage to him right now, he makes the play. Odell at the bottom is opposite the 3 receiver cluster in most 3rd downs. So here we go to work now. Watch how quickly Matt Stafford reads this. Right here, Cooper Kupp's up at the top, and the ball's out of his hands. Cooper Kupp hasn't begun to even make a break. Right there, the defender, Ambry Thomas, is right on him. And when he turns around, look at the separation that he gets, and the ball is right there. His eyes and his hands are as quick as his feet. Okay, now, here we go. There's your 3-by-1, 3rd and 9 right here. This time they don't bunch the formation. They put 3 receivers to the wide side. They put Odell at the bottom. But Stafford wants the ball, and his first look is to the 3 receiver side. But he sees tight man coverage. Immediately he comes back to the single side to Odell Beckham, who wins against Emmanuel Mosley. Now, when you pressure Matt Stafford, know that this guy is as tough as they come. Like, he's going to get pressure right in his face. And he can throw it from every angle. Like right here, he bends this ball around to Odell Beckham, and it's a perfect throw. They've got to affect Matt Stafford on these third downs more than the 49ers did. Okay, here you got 3rd and 1. Here's your cluster at the bottom. Here they are. Now, the 49ers ran this coverage that they hadn't really seen before. It's really man against Cup with K'Wan Williams, and they zoned the other 2 receivers. You see it right now, Matt Stafford recognizes it so quickly. He recognizes man like it's like a box of one in basketball. He recognizes it right now and makes the throw to Cooper Kupp, who easily wins. The Bengals have to have a plan for this clusters and these 3-by-1 sets on 3rd down. The Rams are great at it.
3rd down and 1. Stafford, end zone, Kupp, got it, touchdown Rams.
Now, when you look at what they want to do and how you bounce it out, they've got to get Joe Mixon involved. Here they pull both guards, all right? Spain and Adeniji, they pull them against the Raiders. They didn't get a lot of these runs, but they got some. He's run the ball 52 times in the postseason for 190 yards. They got to balance up the offense. There's a lot of tough runs. They weren't always good against Tennessee, all right? Right here, they're getting beat. Jeffrey Simmons wins, Cunningham wins. Wasn't a whole lot of places to go sometimes. He had 14 runs for just 54 yards against the Titans. But right now, the Titans have them outnumbered. You have 7 blockers right here. You still have to keep feeding Joe Mixon, even if it's tough, because he's such a good runner. He has such good vision. I mean, you want to be able to struck up the band, all right? And if Joe Mixon is big stepping in the end zone like he's getting ready to do, that's a great sign. Big stepping, Joe Mixon.
Just under 10 minutes to play in the 3rd. 9-6 advantage for Cincinnati. Handoff. Mixon darts to the outside, and Mixon is gone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Now, they don't do a good job on the edges. When they lost CJ early in this game, and Joe Mixon had a lot of tough runs, but he got 21 runs for 88 yards. And when they needed it most, like in overtime, they brought in the rookie Dante Smith, number 70, who's lined up at the right tight end over Melvin Ingram on the backside of this play right here. This starts as an outside zone. Joe Mixon sees the great cutback block here of Jonah Williams, and he picks up 7 yards in overtime. And then ultimately, the next run, watch Dante Smith right here. They added him as a tight end right here. Him and Jonah Williams do a great job sealing Frank Clark, Thornhill, Hitchens, and look at this alley that opens up. They've got to find a way to keep feeding Joe Mixon. Everybody says, well, just drop back and throw it. Just throw it to Jamar. Let Joe Burrow win. Well, they need that balance from Joe Mixon. But if all else fails, if the Rams just stuff the run, then you've got this. You've just got this special connection going back to LSU of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, especially down the goal line. Now, you expect Jalen Ramsey to be out there. Can Jamar do this to the big Jalen Ramsey when they need it? That was 3rd and 2 from the 2 right there. And Jamar won for an important touchdown. All else fails. Get the ball to Jamar. A 3-pronged game plan to defeat the Rams in Super Bowl 56.
Now you got 3rd and goal. A touchdown and a 2 away from tying it. There he is to the end zone, and he comes down with it. Outrageous. What a catch. Chase, one-on-one. Forget about it.